Hey guys, welcome back. I'm just jumping on a quick old school type of video, one of the ones I used to make where I'd commentate over some game, because I felt like it would be interesting to go back to that style, see how you guys like it, so let me know in the comments below, and give my opinion on a video I saw a few days ago that I thought was dreadful. Now, I like SunnyV2, and I think he's made some good videos. But I also know he's made some bad videos that have got him in hot water with people like Skeppy before. So when I saw this video, I was quite shocked at how little I thought any of it made sense. So this will be quite weird doing this at the start again. I haven't done this in forever. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, check out my Twitter, other social media down below. And with that being said, let's get right into it.
Dream's face reveal could qualify as the worst mistake made by a content creator ever. And we're going to outline several reasons why, beginning with possibly the most crucial point, being that Dream's unseen face was one of the only things keeping him relevant.
Right out of the gate, we get back-to-back I can't swear anymore because of YouTube's new guidelines. Immediately upon starting this video, you're hit in the face with some of the worst takes you have ever heard. Someone describing Dream revealing his face as one of the worst mistakes made by a content creator ever. That should be pretty alarming to anyone watching this video. I could list off the top of my head several examples of much worse mistakes, but I feel all I need to say is PewDiePie Bridge or Logan Paul Japan, and I think it's pretty clear what I'm implying. I also think, completely objectively, Dream's unseen face was not one of the only things keeping him relevant. I feel like, yeah, it definitely played a part in some of Dream's branding, some of how he established himself, some of his marketing, and some of the mystique behind his content, but I also feel to say that and give that all the credit would be completely unfair to Dream and the work he put into making his content. His content was incredibly clickable from the start. It appealed to exactly the right audience at exactly the right time, nailing the PewDiePie Minecraft seed trend and immediately garnering him a massive following. And from there, he continued to catapult himself to the top with interesting, captivating, entertaining Minecraft videos with high stakes and high entertainment values. I think it's pretty clear that you can say that even if you don't like Dream. So to say his face was one of the only things keeping him relevant seems like a massive undermining of the reason he has such a big following. I don't think if I made a new channel tomorrow, didn't show my face, used some kind of avatar, and then within my videos did the same thing as Dream, I would be able to get myself anywhere near his following off of the face alone. There are other aspects, much more important ones than that garnered him much more following. And also, the amount of people he associated with who also show their face are also successful off the back of him or came up with him. For example, Georgia Not Found Sapnap. I don't imagine that their brands, Tommy and It's or anyone else's, are going to collapse because they showed their faces. Their faces have been there the entire time. And Dream is just as successful as them. I don't think his brand is going to collapse for the same reason. Whether he's got a face or not, he said it will never affect his content, and as such, I really don't think it matters that much. But regardless, I'll let you cook, Sunny. Maybe I stopped you too soon and didn't allow you to explain why I'm actually wrong.
For example, Dream was able to appear in Mr. Beast's 65 million view 2020 rewind simply because he hadn't shown his face yet, which accompanied hundreds of commentary type videos teasing and clickbaiting what Dream apparently looked like. Dream did a face reveal, 2.6 million views. Did Dream just face reveal? 19 million views. Dream's face reveal, 21 million views, all of which providing insane amounts of traffic to Dream with absolutely no effort required on his end.
This is one of few points in this video I can kind of understand and get behind. Him appearing in the Mr. Beast video and not showing his face definitely did kickstart a lot of people making videos, questioning what he looked like and clickbaiting the idea of him face revealing, which definitely put Mystique behind it and brought more attention to the face reveal, which happens with a lot of faceless creators. Corpse Husband is a good example of that. However, I don't think that is one of the leading or only reasons he's relevant at all. I think to say that's the only reason he's relevant is benign. Also, I'd say a lot of that hype had died down by this point, and at this point, a face reveal would probably get him more views than anything else clickbaiting a face reveal would. Plus, he planned to do this face reveal for a while now, but the reason he only did it now is because now he can actually leave the country, go see people he knows, and make videos with his friends. I think maybe he'll lose some views out of it, but I really don't think he'll care that much.
There was then the monthly Twitter get-together where everyone focused on Dream while trying to figure out who he was, including this classic post reading, #DreamOut. Can we discuss how he catfished 20 million people into believing he's some cute ripped twink while he looks like this IRL? well. Yes, this is a picture of Dream. Yes, he uses his brother as a body double for merch pics, which accompany numerous posts by Dream himself, where he was able to capture the public's attention by teasing a hand, glove, or mouth, prompting even more traffic toward Dream's brand and videos. Now, Dream did explain in his face reveal that he was tired of people going to insane lengths to try and expose what he looked like.
The people trying to leak my face, trying to find out what I look like, there's too many. It's a little, just a tiny bit too much.
Yet perhaps he was simply unaware of just how relevant these incidents were keeping him.
This is one of the reasons that I think it becomes detrimental to and blindingly clear within Sunny's videos that he is incredibly view hungry. Not everything has to be about getting the most views on something or garnering the most attention or staying the most relevant you could ever be. If you don't like that someone's doing something to you, if you don't like that people are being harassed and accused of being you, if you don't like that people are constantly threatening to dox you or other people to try and get information about you, if you're scared for your safety or otherwise, you should be able to make a decision to face reveal without people being like, oh, you're gonna get less views. You're not relevant anymore. It's insane. I don't think that's the case at all. And I feel like it just comes across as Sunny caring too much about views to actually acknowledge that there was a problem with what was happening to Dream and how rabid his fan base was. I think there's a point to be said about how poorly Dream handled his face reveal. I think calling a bunch of random celebrities and then having them say how sexy and attractive you are is one of the worst ways you can build up a face reveal, because then when you do reveal your face, everyone is going to clown you if you want some Greek god. However, that's not the point Sunny's making in this video, and the point he's making is a stupid one that I think he's only done because he saw an opportunity to bang a 3 million view video by talking about Dream and his face reveal.
Additionally, since almost all growth on YouTube comes from some kind of uncomfortability, Dream should have recognized this feeling as a signpost to let these attempted exposés continue, giving him wave after wave of free relevancy.
This is absolutely awful advice. Why would you ever see a group of people trying to dox you daily, threatening other people who they think are you, etc., and go, well, at least it's benefiting me, I'm banging views out of it, so why don't I just let them keep doing it? Sunny seems so view hungry. Nobody would ever think like this if they actually really cared about their own safety, the safety of people they're close to, or the safety of people who are being harassed because their audience is so insane they want to go after random people because they're theorizing they're actually Dream or doxing them instead of Dream so that they can get attention on Twitter. If this is happening, I think you should step in and make it clear that this isn't okay. And I think that what Dream did revealing his face was a good decision, because it means that now people don't go around trying to dox random people because they think they might be Dream. Don't let people continuously try and dox you because you want views. That's an awful idea. And even if we want to go by Sunny's logic that Dream should have kept his face private because he would have got more views by being anonymous and letting people try and dox him and others, I can't imagine the amount of stress, anxiety, etc. that would put on him every day, knowing people are trying to find his face, dox him, everything you could possibly imagine just to get information about him. I'm sure he probably would just want that to end anyway, and I think he made the better decision. Pretty much everybody watching this video knows how absolutely unhinged the Dream fan base is, and if you're the creator at the top of that fan base, the one they all want to know the identity of, I'd be pretty fucking scared, I'm gonna be honest with you.
Dream also seemed to ignore just how much of the brand itself was based on his hidden image. His song Mask, which has over 30 million views, only exists because he was a faceless creator, while on his merch site almost every piece of clothing still uses the anonymous Dream smiley face. There's something that's charmingly simple, unique, and memorable about the smiley face, which when combined with the classic Dream green, makes for incredibly distinctive branding, as can be observed in the case of his Minecraft skin. However, it now feels as though most of this branding is fairly redundant, as we now know what he looks like, yet at the same time, Dream has made no effort to change his branding to match his real-life image, which would also be a poor strategy as he'd then have to change everything to something completely new.
He was not cooking. I should not have let him cook. Sunny, this is an absolutely impossibly bad point, one I didn't even know you could make in a video this harmless. How could you ever possibly come to the conclusion that because Dream's face is out there, suddenly all of his branding and merchandise means nothing now? I don't look at Dream's face and suddenly forget his logo, suddenly forget how iconic it was, etc. I feel like most people recognize Dream from the logo more than his face even. I know I do. And I know most other YouTubers who show their face also use some form of logo and still make merchandise and profits from it. For example, MrBeast, literally the biggest creator now, has a blue lion as his icon. He sells that on merch, and he still makes millions of dollars on merch, probably monthly, in spite of the fact his face is public. God, this video is dreadful.
It's almost like the channel is still represented by a green and white smiley face, although when you think about Dream, you instead think about this image representing some kind of unexplainable inconsistency.
¿Por qué no los dos? I have no idea how I pronounce that, but I'll leave it in the video, I'll leave it in. But seriously, why can't we have both? When I look at Dream's channel, I don't see some unexplainable inconsistency, because I don't have the comprehension skills of a goldfish. In fact, I don't even think goldfish have this bad memory. If I look at Dream's logo, I see both him and his logo. I don't suddenly forget his face or forget his logo when I see his face. I see both, because I'm able to recognize that those two things are attached and intertwined in his branding. I don't think I've ever heard a point this bad before in a video. I can't even debate or argue it because it just sounds illogical.
For most channels, adding a face can provide the brand with a strong dose of recognizability. However, in the case of Dream, his face reveal seemed to do the opposite and instead weakened what was already working. What this reveals, and what should be obvious, was that a face reveal was never necessary in the first place. With over 30 million subscribers, Dream had built the largest Minecraft channel in YouTube history and never had to show his face once. None of his thumbnails ever used an over-the-top surprised face, yet still achieved sometimes over 100 million views, while the content itself was more entertaining without a face cam in the bottom left-hand corner.
But Dream outright said he wouldn't be changing his content following revealing his face. So this point is once again redundant and a terrible argument that just shows how poorly this video is researched. I have nothing against Sunny, but this video is just very poorly put together and incredibly overdramatic, as if Dream's channel is just going to die tomorrow for, quite frankly, no reason.
So if the content wasn't broken, then why was Dream trying to fix it? What was his motive for revealing his face? Well, Dream seemed to imply that the plan was to make in real life content with his friends.
A lot of you are probably wondering, why now? Why are you finally revealing your face? My goal was to just start doing things, get out, meet creators, say hi to my friends finally. I will make more IRL content as well, where I'm with me and my friends and we do things, and I'll do Minecraft content as well where I'm in real life. Like, there was a cool video idea I had a long time ago that I couldn't do until now.
And while this was an excellent plan with a lot of potential upside, his execution on the idea has been far from impressive. It's been a quarter of a year since Dream uploaded his face reveal, yet there hasn't been a single upload since. Dream stated that he was going to move into a content house with George and Sapnap, yet the only two pieces of content that have come out of their group house are a pretty basic Christmas stream, as well as a clip explaining why they hate living in the house together. George and Sapnap seem pretty busy doing the Banter podcast, which I will credit as being a pretty entertaining show. However, Dream isn't even one of the hosts, and has only been featured on the podcast once, which happened 2 months before the face reveal was even uploaded.
I will say I don't necessarily disagree with this point. I feel like it's technically pretty fair. Dream should have been more on the ball with uploading content. I feel like he could definitely upload more content than he is right now, and I do feel like him moving into a content house and then not uploading afterwards is a bit inconsistent with the way he expressed his goal. It felt like he planned to move into this house to make more content, but it feels like he's made less. However, it's not really that strange for Dream to take massive gaps between his content, and I think he'll eventually start uploading again, so I think it is what it is.
It seems like the only real upside Dream got from his face reveal was 50 million views on the video itself, another couple million views from other people talking about it, as well as an appearance in the recent MrBeast Antarctica video, during which he barely said a word.
I watched MrBeast's video about Antarctica, and I noticed that Dream was in it, and he was extremely boring.
Now, excuse me if I'm wrong, but didn't Dream literally say he was sick while they were recording this video? So obviously he wasn't going to be that verbal, that entertaining within the video. If I was in Antarctica and also really sick, I would probably also not be very entertaining at the time. It sucks, but it is what it is. So I don't really get why this point is in a video about why Dream's face reveal was the worst decision he ever made. And also, Sunny acts as if this is some small feat. He's like, all he got from revealing his face was a video with 50 million views. Oh, really? Just 50 million views? That's crazy. What did disappointment.
Then there's the question of what happens to a person's self-image and outlook on life when they go from completely anonymous to having their face known by 50 million people within the space of a month. Sure, Dream likely had a rough idea about what this kind of exposure was going to be like, given he already had 30 million followers and had been through drama in the past, but generally those were attacks on Dream the persona as opposed to Dream the person. Remember when SoFlo Antonio rebranded to just SoFlo, stating that the only reason he did it was because it's much harder to attack a brand than a person? Well, Dream kind of did the opposite to this in exchange for, as mentioned previously, very little upside. Dream now has to deal with attacks that simply didn't exist beforehand.
And once again, I feel like this argument has been exaggerated to make this video more interesting. I believe it's definitely true that there's going to be some impact on Dream's life revealing his face. I believe that having that many people see what you look like all at once is going to have a massive shock to you and make a major change in your life. However, I also think Dream was very aware of that at the point he revealed his face. He's friends with a bunch of creators who revealed their face or have established a massive following within a year. Tommy and it's just one example, and I feel like he knows what that person went through when they revealed their face. I don't really think this was unexpected when he revealed his face, and I feel outside of people calling him ugly on Twitter, this probably hasn't really affected him that much outside of changing how he goes about every day of his life. But I mean, obviously the people on Twitter insulting Dream and his appearance are going to get under his skin if he pays any attention. I feel like anyone's ego would take a hit if they heard that. But I'm pretty sure he was aware that was possible, and also I feel like he's a content creator who's able to get past that. He's had enough controversy in his past that he knows that a lot of this shit really doesn't matter and it isn't worth your time. It's probably more relief that he's no longer gonna have to worry about being doxxed than shock that people are thinking he's ugly or whatever. On a separate argument though, I also think the point about SoFlo Antonio was completely redundant within this video. SoFlo rebranded from SoFlo Antonio to SoFlo, but his face was always public. Dream didn't rebrand from Dream to his real name or something. He didn't do the opposite of SoFlo. He just showed his face, which puts him on the same level as SoFlo, whose face is also out there. Now they're both just brand names with their face attached to it. This is not a very good point at all.
Dream's other problem was that his face reveal was uploaded at the worst time imaginable. Major changes to a channel are always best executed when things are on the up and up, because if you change things during a slump in your channel, it looks like you're acting out of desperation, and it certainly felt like this in the case of Dream. His channel had fallen from gaining 100 million views per month to around 20 million views per month, and to randomly upload a face reveal after having your lowest monthly viewership in over 2.5 years wasn't exactly the best look. Dream had also seemingly ended his extremely successful Speedrunner vs Hunter series and could without a doubt see Minecraft's decline in YouTube popularity. While I could be completely wrong with this, his face reveal felt like it was coming from a position of, I can see my channel dying, so let me upload this for some quick short-term relevancy, which probably isn't going to sit well with the audience over the long term.
I don't agree with this point at all. Dream stopped uploading as frequently, and that's why he's got less views over time. He's always planned this face reveal, and he face revealed as soon as he was able to, then immediately going to conventions, moving in with his friends, etc. This was always the plan, and I don't think to anyone outside of SunnyV2 it came across as if he was doing this to get some quick short-term views. Dream will always have those views if he uploads videos. Every time he uploads, he gets 30 million views or more. He knows that. If he wanted to get more views, he could just continue making content like he always has. He'd still get the views. But Sunny, for some reason, didn't even consider that a possibility, thought this was the only potential outcome, and as such, this is the only logical explanation for why Dream revealed his face. I don't know how he got that impression, but I didn't, and I don't think anyone else did. This is the same kind of issue he had with people like Skeppy, where he made the point that Skeppy was getting less views, and that's why Skeppy was falling off. And then Skeppy responded by being like, I just don't upload as much anymore. I don't think this is a major issue. I don't think anybody views it that way. And with that, I think that's all I have to say about this video. Sunny's video to me was very poorly researched, rushed out of the gate to get as many views as possible, and really focuses on the wrong things when it comes to Dream's face reveal, making some bold, incredibly bad statements in the process. I skipped over some minor points here regarding some allegations against Dream because I really don't want to discuss them in this video. I just want to make one video without talking about some actually serious stuff. But with that being said, if you're new to the channel, as always, make sure to check out my Twitter down below. I'd appreciate any follows over there. I'm trying to reach 10k. Feel free to join my Discord, Reddit, whatever else, and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see more content just like this. If you want me to do more content where I just do gameplay commentary like I used to do, let me know. I'm always willing to do these. These are a lot easier to make, and as such, I'm able to do them a lot more frequently for you guys instead of the higher level quality content I make normally. But with that being said, I'll see you next time. Peace.
got all of this love that's stuck in my heart now. It's beating fast and I might just crash till my heart's out. Time is passing, I'm still as mad as my time.